signing in, bringing you what is 100% authentic, can never be compromised or manufactured. Yeah, you guys, so I'm bringing you a part two, a part trois of my 23andMe ancestry. The only difference is I'm doing my maternal and paternal haplogroups. So yeah, you guys, I just hope this is just as much as insightful as it was for me. I really enjoyed researching this, you guys, and yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff, you guys. So don't take my word for it. Watch the video. If you like it, share, like, subscribe, and also give it a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't. Alright, you guys. See you in the next clip. Bye. Hey, you guys. So here I'm back on 23andMe to do, we're going to do the haplogroup. So ladies first, maternal haplogroup, okay? So this is the breakdown of this, of the origins. So according to this, I am K1A1B1, and this kind of gives you a breakdown of how, like, it says how your ancestors traveled starting 180,000 years ago to present day. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, given if you follow, the story of Noah's Ark. Um, I kind of did like some cross-referencing with a elder who we estimated 7,000 years. So I don't know how they would be able to tell this. Only thing I can think of is like this may be a reflection of evolution, but I don't know if I believe this because I don't think humans prior to the flood could have, unless they tested, I don't know how they could have tested those behind, but the only ones I could think of were the descendants and the offspring of Noah and his wives. But then again, how would they be able to find fossils of people who did not survive? I don't know how accurate this is, but I'm just being honest as far as this part. But um, according to this, ancestor stemmed out of Africa, east southeast Africa, then migrated to the Middle East, then just spread all throughout Europe, all throughout Southeast Asia and whatnot. And then this is where I get K1A1B1. And then they say Otzi the Iceman also belonged to haplogroup K, according to this, okay? And I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, research. I did some research on Otzi, and they said they found that there was some foul play going on. He was murdered, and he was found along the Austrian-Italian border. So I'm gonna go to famous. So what they say about haplogroup K, and when I found this interesting, it blew me away. Like, even though I didn't find any of this, it says haplogroup K appears in West Eurasia, North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and the South Asia, and in populations with such an ancestry. I'm wondering if I got my North African because of this from my maternal line, but then again, it could have been my father. As I mentioned, I normally see this with people with Spanish, African Creole, so Creole. But then again, it could be from my mother's side because there's Southern European, and Southern Europeans had to do with North Africa as well. So I don't know, but nonetheless, it says 10% of Native Europeans account for haplogroup K. Overall, mTND haplogroup K is found in about 6% of the population of Europe and in the Near East. Okay. but it is more common in certain of these populations. Approximately 60% of the Druze of Syria, Lebanon, Israel, and Jordan belong to Haplogroup K. It is also found among 8% of Palestinians. Additionally, K reaches a level of 17% in Kurdistan. And approximately 32% of people with Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry are in Haplogroup K. And I found this very interesting. I did more research. It said that majority of Ashkenazis are in haplogroup K, 1A, 1A, and this was very, very interesting. Another thing when it talks about that, so like I mentioned, Otzi, the frozen mummy, was found on the Austrian-Italian border, as I mentioned. And this was interesting for me. But not only that, it also says that a lock of hair kept at a reliquary at Saint Maximin La Sainte Bama Basilica, France, which local tradition holds belonged to the biblical figure Marie Magdalene, which is Mary Magdalene, was also assigned to haplogroup K. Ancient DNA sequencing of capillary bulb bore the K1A1B1A subclade, indicating that she was likely of Pharygian maternal origin. Pharygians are a Jewish clan, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought this was very interesting, even though, yeah, the Farsis, you know. And I thought this was very interesting, even though I did not find in my 23andMe anything saying Ashkenazi Jewish, but maybe it goes far back. It doesn't. I can't find it or trace it in my DNA. Nonetheless, though, what I also found interesting is that haplogroup K has also been observed among ancient Egyptian mummies excavated at the Absir el Malik archaeological, I don't know if I'm saying that right, site in Middle Egypt, which dates from the pre-Ptolemaic, I'm sorry you guys, I'm butchering this, late New Kingdom and Roman periods. So that's very interesting. At this point, I don't know, like, it's observed in Egyptians too, Egyptian mummies. So that could have been where I got my North African, but then again, like I mentioned, my dad is part Creole, has Creole heritage, and I find that common in a lot of people who have Creole heritage. They have North African, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go to my paternal haplogroup, which is EM191, and according to this, its region started in Africa. Like, this is where father passes Y chromosomes from father to son, and it's from the paternal line ancestors, from many men ancestors in the past. So that's that. According to this, EM180 branch of haplogroup EM96, which is a haplogroup stemmed. So EM191 is a subgroup of EM180. Is predominant in Africa south of the Sahara Desert. It spread to the region about 5,000 years ago, and along with the expansion of Bantu-speaking people out of Western Africa. So, example populations is very common in Bantu speakers in African American men. So I found this very interesting. Another thing that I found interesting is that I found out that Ramses III was part of, he came from a subgroup that stems from E, which is E1, B1A. EM191 is a subgroup, was also known as can also be subtext with E1B1A, and he shares my subgroup, like, and also Nelson Mandela. I found this very just cool and interesting. Like, Ramses was a pharaoh of Egypt, and like I said, I strongly love the Egyptian culture, and I felt like Egypt is in my roots, and I tested for North African, and I just found this so cool, as not as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. So Sub-Saharan African, Ramses would have been Sub-Saharan African as well. Like, I don't know. There's like a lot of debating on whether he was part of the migration of Bantu um, people, but nonetheless, he is here as part of subgroup E, as well as Nelson Mandela. And if this isn't proof, like, a lot of African Americans, like, can be stemmed from Egypt. Like, I don't necessarily believe that, contrary to popular belief, that Egypt was European. I believe Egypt was originally called Kush. So Kush means black. So it could mean, a lot of African Americans, like I said, are stem from Egypt. So I mean, what more could you say about that? Like, it's in the pudding, so to speak. And I tested as being possibly Israelite, Jewish, as my haplogroup, paternal haplogroup mentioned, and then Egypt as well on that group, but also Egypt, Sub-Saharan for this haplogroup, you know, as well here. So this is very interesting. I don't know if I'm making sense, you guys. If I'm not making sense, I apologize for that. Basically, what I'm saying is the whole theory of black people being Jewish and Israelite as well as Egyptian, I believe that's true. In my case, it might be both cases. Because on my mom's side, haplogroup K1A is very predominant in Ashkenazi Jewish people. And they believe Mary Magdalene was definitely from subgroup K. And a noteworthy, back to E M191, not only that, Ramses III and Nelson Mandela happened to be part of this group. Sami, so Sunny Ali Burr, who was a great ruler in, I believe, the Mali Empire, and Saint Maurice was also part of this Group E as well. So they originate from um, haplotype E. So this is very, very cool, you guys. Like, tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you know any further, like, history research that I could add to this. Like, I'm still learning about this. This is, I have to do more further research, but I found this very interesting, you guys. Hey, you guys. So, yeah, this was mind blowing. Looking into this, haplogroups are definitely very interesting. Um, yeah, you guys, if you guys know any more information, or just want to get this conversation a discussion going, just leave your comment in the comment section, and let me know if you guys know any more insight or new findings or something that could substantiate this, or or if you believe something I said is true, leave your evidence there, but hey, you guys, I hope you guys like this. Share, like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. It's simple. And yeah, Peace and love. LH signing out.